Hi everyone, my name is Peter. Today we're going to be making some easy made cupcakes with some willing participants on Zoom, a little live bake-off session. Step by step we'll go through the process just to see how easy we can make these and just how delicious they are. There's many variations to these cupcakes, but we're just going to do the simple, easy step by step process with our live participants on Zoom today. So folks, welcome to our Cupcake Bake Off. So we're making our lovely cupcakes today from our recipe. I'm going to talk you through a step-by-step process and we're all going to bake along. So we're going to start off with our big mixing bowls. Before we need to do that, we need to turn our oven on to make sure it's hot enough. So I want you to turn your oven on to 180 degrees with electric. I'm not really sure if you've got a gas oven or just kind of high heat. So as I said, you'll need your bowl and your scales if you've got them. If you don't have scales, I will talk you through the kind of how many spoonfuls for each measurement. So we'll start off with the easy ones going in. So you've all got your cocoa powder pouches, which is exactly 25 grams, which is handy. So we'll just go down the list, pop that in. Again, the next thing, the 3 eggs. So no need to measure, 3 eggs straight in the bowl. So it's 175 grams of butter. So again, if you've got your scale, you make sure it's on 0. And again, I'll talk you through how many spoonfuls it is. So it's 175 grams of butter in total, all in the mix. There's an extra 150 going into your topping, which is just 175. So there's about 6.5 tablespoonfuls if you don't have scales of butter in there. You keep that out for later. If it's melted for later, even better, because it's easier to make the topping. Next up is the sugar. Give you all granulated sugar. You can use caster sugar as an alternative. Granulated sugar is just a cheaper, easier option. So again, 165 grams, which I'll count there in spoonfuls. So it's 13 tablespoonfuls of sugar. Then next is your self-raising flour. With 7.5 tablespoonfuls of flour. That's 7.5. Next we have easy. I've provided with 3 pouches of baking powder, so it's just 1 tablespoonful per pouch. So again, just a whole pouch in there, easy peasy. Then you want to add your water lastly, so 4 tablespoonfuls of water. I just use a bowl, the water in a bowl, spoon it out into it. Yeah, so good to go. Just get a good start, a good beat together. I'll take you a wee bit to get it all beaten, so just keep going till it's a nice smooth mixture. Pretty much should be like that. So once you've got it looking like that, you are good to go. Perfect, perfect. So if you've got a cupcake tin, ideal, but you can just use a baking tray. If you're using a baking tray, it does say you to fill the cases 3/4 full, but I put a wee bit less than that because they do kind of expand and they kind of overflow. So if you put a wee bit less in, they're more likely to be a bit neater and tidier. So if you're using a cupcake tin, line it with your cases. So you've got wee cases, so a case in each bit. You can make about 10, I think. I think you've got about 10 cases, but you're just filling them 3/4 full, and then moving on to the next one and see how many you can make out of that. If you're feeling adventurous and you've got any of your favourite chocolate lying about, you can always chop it up, put it in your mix, a wee bit of flavour through it, and it's always a nice wee alternative. Chocolate chip cupcakes, chocolate orange cupcakes, coconut cupcakes. You know, so we'll put a wee bit of caramel in it. There's many variations. We're just going to do a wee chocolate mix today. Just so you know when you've got them all filled. So there's mine, roughly about 3/4 full. So once you've got them all in the cup cases, they're ready for the oven at this stage. So you want to put them in the middle of your oven, just for a good, probably only be about 15 minutes. While they're cooking, we're just going to make the barbecue icing on the top. So that's just the topping. So we need 300 grams of iced sugar and 150 grams of butter. So you'll need a scale and another bowl to mix it all in. You need a sieve. If you've got a sieve, it just makes it a bit easier to mix together and not make it very lumpy. It makes it nice and soft and smooth. But if you don't have a sieve at home, you can just put the ice and sugar straight in. But so you need to get a really good mix to make it nice and smooth. I've got massive. First, I'm going to measure out the spoonfuls of ice sugar into a bowl, just for any of you that don't have a scale. And I'll let you know how many spoonfuls it is again. I'll give 14 tablespoonfuls of mine. 150 grams of butter. Firstly in, because you're going to sieve your ice sugar in afterwards. And hopefully your butter's nice and soft there, makes it a bit easier to combine. I've got 7 spoonfuls of butter in there. With a sieve, the whole ice and sugar, just going to sieve it all into my butter. Let's take a wee bit, just be persistent with it. Eventually it will combine well and go nice smooth. Once you're done, I like Clara's. Nice and smooth. I don't know if you can see that, the light is a bit terrible, but nice smooth texture. Best keep it in the fridge, just like Clara said, keep it cool. We're going to have to wait for our cupcakes to cool down before we put it on top anyway, because it has butter icing and it will just melt and be very runny, so we don't really want that. Looking good, as I said. Could have risen a wee bit, but I like them out the top as such. Test it already. Right through the middle, pull it back out, it's clean, you're good to go. So we have our cupcakes out, they're cool and ready, and it's time to get them the icing decoration on the top. So you should have your bowl still mixed with your icing, butter icing. If you've got a piping bag, ideal. If not, you can just spoon the mixture on top of your cupcakes. Or you can make your own makeshift bag. So you've got like a kind of thin kind of freezer bag. Cut a tiny wee corner off the end. Scoop your mix into the freezer bag and just push down on the corner. It'll just come out like a piping bag on top of your cakes. But for today's exercise, I'm going to be using a piping bag. That's us. So again, thank you for coming along to our bake-off session. And I hope you enjoyed your cupcakes, and I hope they taste just as good as look. So again, thank you very much for taking your time to go through this, and enjoy. Bon appetit, as the French say.